Hola mis amigos, yo soy H. and we're back with another episode of Lifeline. Where we last left off, we sent Taylor to the peak to see if anything were there, or if anything would happen. Let's see where we left him off.
Well, there's good news is, I haven't died trying. Bad news is, I honestly can't tell whether I've gotten any closer. It's as time and space and perspective have all taken a little vacation in the vicinity of this weird peak. One moment, I'll look up and think, hey, I'm almost there. And then I'll blink, and then I'll seem like 10 miles away from it again. I think I'm taking a snack break before I get it back to it.
Sure, you've earned it, man. Don't try to waste all your energy and just die in the middle of a desolate planet. You need what you can, so you deserve it.
Alright, I'm just gonna go with first MRE I grab out of my pack. And the winner is... chili with beans. In space, no one can hear you fart. Some would argue that chili with beans isn't proper chili at all. Which side of this all-important debate do you land on?
I don't like beans. I don't. No, no beans. I honestly don't like beans. Even though I'm Spanish and this is a big stereotype I'm putting out, but not big, but I'm seeming racist right now, or being a big stereotype against me or whatever. Yeah, but what I was saying is I just don't like beans.
Having tried this MRE, I'm inclined to agree with you. They should have left out the beans. Hell, they probably should have left out the chili. Still, I'm glad we solved this riddle. If God forbid I die with all this... If I die here on this desert moon, please make sure they serve chili without beans at my wake.
Sure thing. If we find you.
I'm eating, then hiking, partner. Talk to you in a few. Okay, I've finally been able to make out some real noticeable progress. I'm at the edge of another crater, a pretty enormous one, with massive walls to rappel down into it. But the base of the peak is at the center of the crater, right at the deepest point of its concavity. So as long as I can keep an eye on it, it can't go anywhere. In theory, anyway. It's a long way down into the crater, and I've got no climb equipment, obviously. Can I get down safely? Will I ever get back out? What do you say? Ready to find out?
No. No, I'm not. You're not ready. You gotta turn back. Nope. 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 Nope.
You're kidding, right?
I come all this way.
You're not seriously suggesting I give up now.
What are you... Of course I was kidding. Of course. Go. This wasn't for nothing.
Oh, phew. I thought we established a pretty good rapport over the last couple days, but you seriously had me going a minute there. Yeah, of course I'm going down there. This is what it's all been leading up to. I scouted out the crater walls in scouting out distance and found a section with decent amount of crags and footholds. I guess in the absence of nylon ropes and carabiners, a few shallow divots in the rock is as good as it's gonna get. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I end up sawing off my arm with a blunt Swiss Army knife like the 127-hour guys? Yes, that actually does sound like the worst thing that could happen. Wish me luck? Good luck. Thanks. Unfortunately, I think I'm actually going to need it. This would probably be easier if I wasn't talking to you. No offense, I just really ought to concentrate. If you ever hear from me again, it's because I pulled a 127 hours, just like I was afraid of. Not sure what that translates into metric terms. Hopefully it sounds more impressive. 49,087 mega minutes or something. Okay, down I go. Talk to you soon. I hope. I made it. A couple minor mishaps along the way, but who doesn't love a little adrenaline rush from time to time? My shoulder's screaming at me right now, though I pushed myself harder than I intended to, and I'm paying for it. In the absence of ibuprofen, I'm actually sort of wishing for the Swiss Army knife. Surely just hacking off an arm and a foot would solve all those problems.
It's an arm and a leg you should hack off, but no, I highly doubt that.
Yeah, well, I doubt it too. I'm trying to be proactive here. Now I've got a long, slow slog ahead of me. I really can't overstate how big a bowl this crater is, especially now that I'm going down out inside of it. But the peak is in view, it's not going anywhere. I'm going to get there if I just keep walking that direction. My Aviat suit's compass isn't too clear on what that direction actually is, but whatever. I'll check in with you when I'm closer to my goal. Until then, things are a little weird. Mind if I unload? Lay it on me. I mean, got nothing better to do. Thanks. So, you know how this peak has seemed to sort of, I don't know, just stay out of reach? I had thought it was just an optical illusion. Like, I must have been getting closer, but the various hills and valleys on this moon were playing tricks on my perspective. But now, I'm not so sure. I know this sounds crazy, but no, never mind. It sounds crazy because it is crazy. Forget it. Whoa, 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 wait, you gotta tell me. Don't just lead me on and then just stop there. Don't tease me. Look, this is nuts, but I think the peak might actually be sort of wavering in like an existential sense. I'll be looking at it, and then I'll blink for a second. It's just, it won't be there. And then, of course, it's there again, and I'll question my sanity. And that happened about a half a dozen times since I got down into the crater. Okay, that is weird. I think it's like how it is in a desert. You're starting to hallucinate. Probably. I know, right? But here, what's really tripping me out, I've been walking up for about an hour now, more or less making a beeline for this place. Just a minute ago, I looked down, and there was another set of footprints in the sand. I don't mean an inspirational poster, that's when I carried you kind of sense. I mean, they are exactly the same shape and size as my own footprints, as if I was doubling back on my own path. How is that even possible? You're sure they're yours, right? Well, I mean, who else could they possibly be? They're exactly my size, exactly the same tread pattern. I don't know. I'm not sure how I could be walking in a straight line and walking in circles at the same time. I don't want to think about it anymore. I'm just gonna put my head down and here. I'm finally here. I sorta can't believe it. I know, a lot of times people talk about how they never thought they were going to achieve some goal, but I think it's usually hyperbole. Not in this case, though. I literally never thought I'd make it here. It's big. Bigger than I would have thought. Not just taller, but bigger at the base. There's my resisted area, maybe 50 yards to my left. Should I check that out or scatter around the perimeter? Scatter around the perimeter. Okay, I'm taking off in a circle to my right. I'll look into that opening when I get to it from the other direction. First impressions. Like I said on day one, squinting at this thing all the way from the Varia, it looks oddly geometrically perfect. Almost like it was carved out of this moon's dense white rock, rather than forming naturally through erosion and upheaval. Yeah, I know. And yeah, I know it sounds crazy to say this peak looks well built, but it's not the craziest thing I've said today. That was supposed to sound comforting, but it sure didn't come out that way. The thing to keep in mind is, holy crap! What is it? What is it? Are you alright? Are you is it UFO sighting? Are we about to get some scoops? Oh my god! I mean, are you alright? You're not gonna believe this, but there's writing on the outer wall of the peak. Writing? Are you serious? Yeah, seriously. I feel like every moment I spend out here, I ratchet up in the crazy another 10 degrees. I don't know how much more I can stand. And here the worst part about this mysterious writing, I have no idea what it says. I'm 99% sure it's Chinese characters. The careful look to be Chinese origin shape. Does that mean someone survived that wreck? Someone made it to this peak? How did we never hear about Chinese ship being scuttled onto this moon? Especially if there was a survivor. Could their National Space Administration really have covered this up? And why? What went wrong? I don't know. I don't know that there's much for me to do other than keep walking around this thing. I forget to pack my Chinese to English dictionary. You never have one when you really need it. Okay, back to exploring. Whoa! What the hell? I was walking the perimeter, just sort of idly tracing my fingers along the outer wall of the structure, and then the whole peak just shimmered green and disappeared for a second. I didn't blink. I didn't look away I reached my hand into the space where it just used to be, and there was nothing. Air. And then I yanked my hand back, quick, because it was starting to reappear. What in the actual hell? That's insane! Incredible! Oh my god, this is a scientific term. Discussion environmental thing we've never discovered. It is. It absolutely is. But I'm not insane. I could not be more certain than I experienced this. I could have believed everything up to this point was just an optical illusion. A trick of the light, my exhausted brain putting one on over me. But I was right here when this happened. This was the next level. Otherworldly stuff. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna keep walking around the magic disappearing man-made moon mountain. That's a normal thing for people to say, right? That's it, then. I made it all the way around the peak. No more writing on the walls that I could find. No more temporal shimmering. That is a sentence I never dreamed I'd be saying in my life, even when I did win a lottery to ride a spaceship. Wait. So you're not one of our astronauts we hired that has had dozens and dozens of training? You're just a random guy that just won a lottery to win a spaceship. Who the hell hired this guy? Why? Jim, why did you hire this guy to win it was a lottery. Why did you put that in the lottery? Why was this a thing? We can't send people out into outer space. People could sue us. What the fuck was wrong with you? No. That's not cool. We gotta send this dude back on Earth safe. Jin, don't do this again. What the fuck? We could lose the company big time in a suing in court. Think next time before you do something very stupid like this. I know you're the CEO and all, but come on. Hey, is everything alright there? Yeah, everything's fine. Sorry, what were you saying? So I'm back at the recessed area. Alright, I'm gonna try not to be thoroughly unsettled by this, but I have to tell you, it's gonna be an uphill battle, because the recession in the peak wall, it's a doorway. I don't mean like it's a cave entrance that naturally formed in the rock, or that sort of thing. I mean, it's a doorway, with right angles and everything, at a human scale built for someone my size. Built for me. What the hell do I even do with this information? Just take a minute. Let it process. Don't do anything rational. Don't do anything stupid. That could probably sue us. What? Okay, just calm down. Just take a minute to think through your head. Okay. I'm just gonna sit here for a minute and try to breathe slow. Calm breath. I would eat something, but I don't feel like I could keep it down. I never felt so nervous, so anxious in my life. My goosebumps have goosebumps. Give me a few minutes, and then, I don't know, I guess I'll be ready to go in. Or to run screaming. I think I'm good. I mean, as good as I'm likely to get. What do you think? It's time to go inside, man. You gotta face your fears. Now that you're ready. Here goes nothing. Through the doorway, it opens into a sort of nondescript hallway. Rock walls on all sides. Nondescript, other than that it, too, is a human scale, which does actually seem like something worth mentioning. Once the light from outdoors tapers off, it's dark
as pitch in here, which is not helping my nerves at all.
But there's light ahead, distantly. I'm gonna hustle because I'd rather have more light than less. Oh, holy crap!
What happened?
I don't know what the hell that was, but it was really close to me. I heard the echo bouncing off the rock walls before I even heard the source. And I was looking around, trying to figure out where that scuttling sound was coming from, and I saw this faint green glow near the floor. It took a second, but then it was resolved itself into, I swear, it was a bunch of little pairs of eyes. And as I'm trying to process that, one of whatever they were brushed up against my leg. It didn't hurt me. It just kind of bounced right off and kept running with the rest of them deeper into the mountain. But this means I'm not alone in here. I liked it so much better when I was alone in here.
Get the freak out of there. You're gonna die. We don't need another one on the list. We've gone 12 days without an incident.
Believe me, that was my first impulse. But I've come this far. Giving up now would only make the whole thing pointless, you know? Am I terrified at my very core? Yes, absolutely. But sometimes the only way out is through.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. Get ready to change the days of incidents down to 0. About to lose another. Just keep going.
Those creatures. It sounds so weird to say that, but not a word I thought would be using on this moon. Anyway, those creatures went running toward the light ahead of me, so I guess that's where I'm going to. Why would it get brighter the deeper inside a mountain you go? There's just no way that makes sense. Unless, oh, I don't know, there were electrical lights in here? What the hell? I'm not sure I can even describe this to you. I don't know what I was expecting to find when I reached the peak, but I promise it wasn't this.
Tell me. Stop teasing. You gotta tell me.
Okay, I'm standing in the room in the interior of the mountain. Let's not forget. I guess I would have to call it's a control room. I don't know what exactly it's controlling, but there's really no answer to that question that eased my mind. The room itself isn't very large enough to stand up in and move around a little. That's about it. But its banks on the walls, there are functioning computer systems. There are brand names I recognize, a sort of mix and match patchwork of monitors and CPUs. There are even a couple of chairs in front of the computers, clearly taken from some old Starship flight deck and repurposed here to build a freaking workstation on the moon. This all must be salvaged parts from ships. The computers, the chain generators, the wiring. Oh yeah, the other thing. The wiring. There's tons of it, bunched and bundled. It all leads out of the computer banks and up into a hole in the room's ceiling. From there, who knows where. Explore the computers first. This is so wild. The screen is displaying a topographical map of the area. There's some pixelation, but that's clearly what it is. It's centered on its peak, inside the giant crater that I just walked halfway across. But I can toggle out and scroll if I go, yup, there's the wreck of the caravel. It shows up as a bright, broken brick against the dark of the moonscape. And if I keep panning up to the south past the crater, past the canyon, there's the Varia. 2 bright pieces glowing back at me from the screen. This is surreal. Where are those images even coming from? Is this some sort of satellite up there? A network of them? I wonder how much of this moon imaging covers. Like if I keep scrolling, will Oh my god.
What is it?
Jesus Christ, I found Jason's porn. No, I mean, sorry. It was just a movie I saw before I ended up in space.
That we don't need to be talking about movies right now. We need to focus on the mission. What did you see?
Sorry. There's another bright green block southwest of the Varia site, and oh no, there's another one. Pull back. Pull back as far as it'll go. Sweet mother of... There are dozens. Dozens of shipwrecks on this moon. How? How? This is impossible.
How many total are there?
I've counted. 29, 30. Now still I haven't seen the whole surface of the moon yet. My god, how many ships have been drowned here? Have been downed here? And how many we're not hearing anything about in the news? The place is the damn Bermuda Triangle of outer space. There are other monitors too. This one's idle.
Wake it up. We need to know what this planet is hiding.
Okay, I just nudged it awake in a language option menu. Now I wasn't expecting to see. Let's go with English since it's right there at the top and it's what I speak. Okay, here's what I see on the screen.
All systems operational. Broadcasting. Time to pulse.
And then there's a sequence of numbers moving so quickly I can't read them. Whatever time to pulse means, we appear to be counting down to it. I can't tell you that this notion fills me with confidence. There's another idle monitor next to it. I'm just gonna jog that one away too. A familiar look on this screen. It's like the proximity alarm I set up back at the caravel. Slightly different model, different bells and whistles, but at least I know exactly what I'm looking at here. It's functioning too, which... No. No way.
What do you see?
On the screen of the proximity alarm, there's something moving. Something outside the peak, moving toward the peak. Moving toward me. Something human-shaped.
How is that possible? I thought you were the only one survivor alive. I thought you were the only survivor.
How is any of this possible? How am I in a computer control room in the center of a mountain on a moon littered with wrecked ships? None of this makes any sense, but it's happening. That is a person, and that person is coming here.
Get out of there. Okay, stay where you are. Don't try to panic. They may be friendly, but they may be hostile. Just try to stay where you are and try to hide. So that way, if they come here and they don't see you, you can try to sneak out. I just hope for the best.
Yeah, maybe that's the best plan. Give myself a little while to mentally prepare for this. As if there were any way to mentally prepare for this. Because there's no doubt they're heading right for where I am. And then what? Am I rescued? I've got some time. Might as well see what else I can do with these computers, huh?
Sure, let's see what. Just if this planet is hiding anything else we need to know.
Oh man, I might have just hit pay dirt. This one's a sector-wide scanner. It's also the one in the majority of the wires seem to be coming out of. Which... Oh, whoa, I think the wires comprise a broadcasting antenna. And that means this peak, the whole structure, it's got to be some sort of broadcasting tower. Seated at the center of the enormous crater that, I don't know, maybe it functions like a parabolic reflector. It's a giant satellite dish, 5 miles across. I would go look for the premium cable if it weren't for, in fact, that my mind is melting right now.
I like the option that it has, see if they have HBO. But no. No time to joke. Check the screen out.
If this place is broadcasting, which it is, I have to access the broadcasting center, which I do. Then every second I'm not sending out an SOS. It's a second I'm wasting. Give me a minute to see if I can nose my way into its proceedings.
Okay, this was a lengthy episode, but hopefully it was a good one. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you on the next one. Hasta la vista, baby.